Alright everyone, we have now reached the middle section of the Harry Potter reviews. Yes, we are finally in the middle movies. This is the fourth review, ending the first four, and now entering the new four movies, and this is all coming together to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I am so excited. I can't wait. I hope it's good. I think it's going to be good because it's Harry Potter and all these movies are great. And so now let's talk about Harry Potter, where he fights a dragon. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. As usual, everyone, this review will contain spoilers. But for this review, usually I go through the whole movie, these past reviews. This one I'm not, because this movie is 2 hours and 37 minutes, and I don't feel like talking about every single scene, but there's the case. I have it. It's mine. Can have it. I have the whole series right here in the whole collection, which is getting bigger, by the way. Okay, anyway, so Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. First things first, this is the first PG-13 rating movie, and this is the time when I was getting older. It came out in 2005, so this is when I actually started to get, really into it. I always watched it when I was little, you know what I mean? You watch the movies and everything, and then when you get older, you grow in more of the movie. This is the movie that actually got me into it even more and made me go back and rewatch the 3 movies. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, but I think it's when the 6th movie or the 5th movie is when I started reading the books when I was little. I have read all the books, so I do know what happens in the books into this movie. And at first, I did some research on this movie before doing it, of course. I did not know they were going to split this movie into 2 parts, which would have been so stupid. That would have been stupid. I know if you've ever seen the book is this thick. It's a thick book. But man, if they were to split this in 2 parts, that would have bothered me because it's a middle movie and either way, there is one of these movies that do split, and we'll get to them in the future. But anyway, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So basically, this is the 4th movie in the franchise, and we're starting to get our characters older, we're starting to hit puberty, and this movie does involve love and Harry growing on girls and saying, hey, I like girls. Ron's like, I like girls too, but they're so scared to talk to him and everything. We get to see pretty much the puberty growth of our characters, and as always, it has great acting. Daniel Radcliffe is perfect as Harry Potter, and in this one, he gets even better, because the ending scene, spoiler alert of course, when Edward, that's what I call him, the kid from Robert Pattinson before he was Edward, he was in this movie. Yeah, he was in Harry Potter. He played Frederick Diggory. And he does get killed by Voldemort. He gets killed by the rat guy. But he gets killed by Voldemort's men because of Harry, and it's terrible. But that scene with Daniel Radcliffe crying, that scene at the very end with the dad's crying, it is heartfelt. And when you watch it, well, at least for me, I'm like, man, that's sad. You feel bad. It's just, Daniel Radcliffe has gotten better and better each movie, and this movie he gets way better. Of course, Rupert Grint as Ron is perfect as always. He's great. Hermione, Emma Watson, super pretty in this one. This is where she got really attractive, and she was great in it as always, a smart-witted Hermione. And those 3 friends, as I say for the 4th time in these reviews, these are the reasons why we come see these movies, because of these 3 friends. We love them, we want to see them grow, and we love seeing them interact with each other because they're actual friends. In real life, they probably hang out, and in the movie, it just spits off the screen how much they're friends. You can feel their friendship, you love them, you like them, I love them. And I love the opening scene where you see, the dream sequence with the snake, and Harry's an old man, and then you see the tournament, which is a great scene, the tournament with all these flyers and everything. It's great, and the Quidditch and everything, it's really major sport, and then it gets attacked by Death Eaters and everything. It's super intense, and it's dark, and you already feel wow, this movie already feels PG-13. And then we learn about this Goblet of Fire, which pretty much has an all-boys school and an all-girls school in Hogwarts come together to have 3 students who put this letter in a Goblet of Fire. You have to be 17 or older pretty much to do it, and then you'll get chosen by it, and you'll be put in these tournaments, which are dangerous, but if you do it, you win the cup, whatever, and you win it for your school. And so Edward gets picked from Hogwarts, a girl gets picked from the girls' school, and a guy who gets picked from the guys' school gets picked. And then a 4th letter comes out, and it turns out Harry, who is only 14, is in the tournament now, and he has to do it. It is the law, he's doing it, it's finished. And so Ron hates him, this causes conflict. You're like, I don't like seeing my friends from Harry Potter. Hey, when they get arguing, they don't hate each other or whatever, you feel for them, oh, get back together. You feel for them. And Ron is so being a dimwit, dang, really, you're not going to be friends with him because he didn't tell you? Because Harry didn't know, it wasn't his fault, and so Harry's getting blamed by the students, they're making fun of him, and so this new teacher who's against dark arts for the 4th time now, Professor Looney, who's got literally one eye. The guy who plays Looney is great. He's awesome. I love the guy who plays him, but turns out at the very end it's the guy from Doctor Who. So either way, we'll get to that. But either way, he helps Harry, and the first tournament with the dragon is intense. It's exciting, and when Harry's on the ground, that dragon's like tail is smacking right next to him. It's nice sound in the living room. It sounds great with the speakers and everything, and the HD and everything, the Blu-ray of course. But either way, that is intense when your main character, the one you're caring for so much, is rolling around getting beat up and almost getting killed. You feel for Harry. You know why? Because he's a great character and you like him. Characters matter, people. Characters matter in movies. That's my opinion, man. Okay, but either way, so Harry actually survives the first tournament. He gets the egg, he gets first place, and then he learns that this thing goes underwater so you can hear it, and the next tournament is underwater, where he eats this lizard thing or whatever, and he goes in there, and it's a really cool scene. All these sea creatures come after him. He's got to save Ron and Hermione and this other girl, and then Edward's got to save this other girl, and it's pretty much a very exciting scene. The underwater scene is very intense, and it's very great. But I do actually have a big minus with this movie. There's one section in this movie. Okay, I do know why they have this, because it's from the book, and you need it to show growth for these characters. There's literally a good 35, 40 minutes of this movie about relationships, asking someone to dance, and then the dance. Like, that whole section of the movie, to me, feels so out of place. Like, it feels like it's its own episode of, like, next week in Harry Potter, Harry gets a girlfriend, or tries to at least. Like, the whole 40 minutes just feels like, hey, like, it's already a 2-hour and 37-minute movie, so let's take 40 minutes to be like a 2-hour movie, even perfect. Like, you stick to the Goblet of Fire. But no, there's a whole 40-minute section about dance, romance, puberty, and all this kind of stuff. And you need that. You do need it because it helps the character growth, whatever. But man, it feels so out of place. At least to me it does. Like, it just feels like whole movie dreams, Harry's scars hurting, he's learning all this kind of stuff, the tournament's exciting, it's thrilling, who did it to Harry, who put his name in the cup, and then this 40-minute section of just romance and like the dance. I'm like, what does that have to do with the actual movie? I don't know, but either way you need it, and it's actually a funny scene when when they're dancing, whatever, and you see Neville dancing, and he's like all happy. Like, this movie is pretty funny. Like, the movie is very funny. But now let's get to the very end where it gets really serious, and we learn everything about the cup, why Harry was chosen. When he goes through that maze, and it's intense and claustrophobic. I love the directing in that scene. It's great. And then him and Edward both grab the cup, whatever, and it's actually a key that makes them go to a different place. And it ends up, this whole thing, the tournament, Harry's name, it's all being set up for this one moment. And it's the best scene, and one of the best scenes in the whole series. It's the beginning of Voldemort. He is reborn. It is just Ralph Fiennes as Voldemort, and this scene is intense. Your gut feels weird. It is, to me, just a great scene. I hate seeing Harry getting put up there and him getting cut, whatever. Seeing him get his, like, scar getting burned, and Voldemort mocking him and touching Edward's face with his dirty foot, whatever, and Harry yelling at him, and he just hurts Harry, shocks him, and then they battle. You care for Harry. That's what really matters, and you're like, this Voldemort, Ralph Fiennes, is great as Voldemort. Like, I mean, here's the ball. Bam! The casting for Ralph Fiennes is out of the stadium. Like, it's great casting for Voldemort. I love that scene. It's dark, it's slithery, it's scary, it's intense. You have no idea what's about to happen. Someone's cutting their hand off. Like, it is the most great, it's the best scene in the whole movie, to me at least. I love the scene of Voldemort being reborn, learning about why he couldn't touch Harry, and then he could, and he burnt his scar or whatever. I love it. Then Harry uses his wand, and his parents come and help him, and it's great scene. It's heartfelt, and then he comes back, and then the crying scene happens where he learns about Edric Diggory. Edward gets killed, and his dad cries, and then we're learning that Professor Looney is actually one of the Death Eater guys who helps Voldemort, and who was the one to put Harry in the cup, and he goes off to Azkaban. And the movie ends with all the classes leaving, and Harry saying, things are going to change now. And he's like, yep. He says that to Hermione, and then it ends. Because that is the truth. After this movie, everything is now literally Voldemort, army, Death Eaters, Dumbledore, secrets about stuff, and everything just comes together. There's no more kidding around anymore. These first 4 movies had jokes, had the Hogwarts stuff, but from 5 to 8, it gets full-on Voldemort army, secrets, intense, and that's when David Yates directs them, and that's when, to me, they're just solid A movies. But this movie is also getting, in my opinion, an A. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, in my opinion, is a great movie. It's very intense. I really enjoy this movie. It's super intense. It adds the PG-13 rating actually hits the movie harder than you think it's going to. The acting's great. The characters, of course, you love. Voldemort, Ralph Fiennes' Voldemort is great. I love it. It adds more conflict. Voldemort is back. The tournament, everything. It's an interesting story. It's great. I love it. It's great directing. Harry Potter, it's just a great movie. Of course, to me, that first 40-minute section of the movie with dance and romance feels so out of place, but you need it there for growth development. I understand, though. But next Sunday, of course, we will be reviewing Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. Yes, this is where the Voldemort army and everything begins. Voldemort's now he's back. But the next movie is when we start to get into more of the army and building and character deaths, and it's going to get intense, guys. I'm so excited to watch it and review it for you guys. I love doing these. I hope you guys have been enjoying them. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about so far. What is your favorite Harry Potter movie? I don't know mine yet. I will tell you by the end of this series review. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!